Don't do the crime. If you can't, do the time, goes the lyrics of Beretta's theme. Unfortunately, people don't think about doing time before the crime. So here, we bring you to the top 5 dangerous kids and how they reacted when they were granted life sentences in court. And since we're talking about kids here, we have to bear in mind that these kids' life sentences are far more than their age. Why were these children sentenced to life imprisonments? How did they take it? Children are judged under different laws made for juveniles, and usually their punishments involve spending time in correction centers given their age and mental capacity. But sometimes these children commit such heinous crimes that they have to be punished as if they were adults. Because of their age, kids most of the time do not understand the gravitas of their crime. So, when it actually dawns upon them, they react quite differently. According to Human Rights Watch and Amnesty International, there are at least 2,225 child offenders serving life sentences without the possibility of parole in U.S. prisons for crimes committed before the age of 18. Let's talk about these 5 now. On number 5 is Roksana Sikorski, who was accused of plotting to murder her adoptive parents and stabbing her younger brother. Roksana was an ideal child who began to act out when she reached adolescence. She was given medication after being diagnosed with attention deficit disorder and post-traumatic stress disorder. Her parents accused her boyfriend and supported her by saying that she was influenced by him. Because of the cold-blooded nature of the crime, prosecutors decided to charge Roksana as an adult. Roksana got all emotional and got teary-eyed while apologizing to her family for not being the daughter that they wanted. Number 4 is Lionel Tate. Lionel, then 14, was sentenced to life in prison without the chance for parole in 2001 for the death of 6-year-old Tiffany Eunick. He was the youngest person ever sentenced in the United States. Lionel Tate weighed 170 pounds and claimed he was simply wrestling with Tiffany, who weighed 48 pounds before she stopped breathing. When she smashed her head on the side of a table, he told his mother he had her in a headlock. He went on to say that she was rolling around on the floor, crying, acting like a baby, and urinating in her pants. Tate was expressionless during the announcement, but tears streamed down Lionel's cheek as he was cuffed and led outside the courtroom after his sentence was read. On number 3 is Antonio Barbo. Antonio Barbo, one of 2 teenagers charged with the murder of an elderly woman in Sheboygan Falls, was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole in 36 years. Barbo and Nathan Papp were charged with first-degree international homicide after allegedly bludgeoning to death 78-year-old Barbara Olsen, Barbo's great-grandmother, with a hammer and hatchet at her Sheboygan Falls home in September 2012. A psychiatrist testified that Barbo had cognitive issues as a result of being hit by a car when he was 10, which may have affected his behavior. He couldn't finish his statement in court as he broke down, so his lawyer did it for him. I know I didn't show my emotions. I myself am not sure why, but that doesn't mean I don't. I took away someone's mother, grandma, sister, or friend. I had no right to do so. Because of this one action I decided to take, I've ruined so many lives, Barbo said. Number 2 is Caleb Sharp. Caleb Sharp opened fire at the school, killing Sam Strahan, 15, and injuring 3 other students. Sharp pleaded guilty to murder and attempted murder in January 2022. Despite admitting to the shooting during interviews soon after it occurred, his formal plea came just before his scheduled trial date. Caleb Sharp was sentenced to 40 years in prison for a shooting at Freeman High School in 2017 that killed 1 person and injured 3 others. Caleb apologized publicly to all of the victims and their families. And number 1 is Stuart Harling. Stuart brutally killed a nurse just because he was bored. Stuart Harling, 33, butchered married Cheryl Moss at random after purchasing a murder kit on eBay that included an Ozzy Osbourne-style wig. Harling, who spent hours playing violent video games and logging on to sadistic websites about stranglings and serial killers, claimed he was mentally ill at the time. He showed no remorse and told the judge, "I went out that day with a knife and other stuff because I was bored. I remembered stabbing her in the back. I only stopped because my wig fell off. I was kinda surprised when I heard she was dead. It doesn't really bother me. I'd do it again." However, an Old Bailey jury found him guilty of murder even after his defense psychiatrist admitted, "There isn't a more dangerous adolescent in the country. In my opinion, if he is released, he will most likely kill again." That's all for this video. Comment which one you dread the most, and like and subscribe for more videos.